guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of KhanFlicks. Today we'll be unboxing and reviewing, as well as test riding, the all-new KS6 Pro by Yadea. The KS6 Pro folding electric scooter is designed to be a corrosion-resistant, built-to-last scooter that has undergone 43 rigorous durability tests. It features an 800-watt peak power motor that can go up to 3,000 hours with a riding slope of 20%. Not only that, it features 34 miles range, self-healing tires, as well as shock absorption and a triple braking system. This particular scooter will retail at $899.99, but will have a 5-day pre-order discounted price at $799.99 that you guys can go ahead and check in the link below. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this here is our packaging, this here is our box. Pretty cool, it kind of showcases the product here on the front. So it says KS6 Pro, kind of shows the scooter over here. It looks really nice. Let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Alright, so this is how it looks inside the box. Really nicely packaged, so that's good to see. You do have your user manual, which also includes our tools. So inside here you'll have, looks like essentially different tools to go ahead and set this thing up. You do have your screws to go ahead and mount it in play. And of course you do get your user manual in terms of how to go ahead and set this thing up as well. Let's go ahead and take everything outside next and see what we're working with. Alright, so besides the accessories, you do get your power cable over here, so it's actually a pretty standard looking power cable. So this is actually going to be specific to this particular model, even says Yadea right there as well. And then you do have your standard plug-in that just goes into the wall. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the scooter. So essentially it's kind of pre-built. The only thing you really have to do is kind of mount on the handlebar. So that's actually kind of simple. So inside here you got this handle, and then there's like a little, I can see there's a little green plug there. That's going to be kind of hard to get a hold of. Okay, so I'd recommend using some nose pliers as it is kind of tough to grab. Always exercise caution when you do attach the cables together, just because they're made out of plastic, so they're very easily be wedged. So you can actually damage the pins, which essentially makes it not capable of working after that. So slide that into play. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and mount on our screws. It does have Loctite on the screws, so that's good to see. All right, so this is our scooter. Overall, pretty cool design. Kind of looking at it, I have to say it's got a very simplistic design concept to it. So you do have your screen here, you have your power button here, your digital LCD kind of showcases the different modes. Press the button, it'll actually go ahead and switch between the different modes. So you have sports, walk, drive, and sport. So just literally 3 different modes, so that's good to see. You do have your speedometer and kilometers, you have your throttle right here on the side, you have a bell. And then over here you have a little lock mechanism, which will go ahead and allow us to attach it to the back end there and kind of keep it in play. I do see a front suspension, so that's kind of cool that they do have a little compressor there. So to kind of help with any kind of flex, so you don't really see that too often. And then of course you do have your front headlight as well as your rear brake light. And yeah, I mean overall it looks like a pretty simple concept. Now to go ahead and lock this thing up or kind of carry it about, there is a little latch here on the front, bring that out. And then from there, just kind of unhinges it, just like that by pulling it down. I'm going to use this part over here to kind of clip it there. Take this about just like that. So pretty cool and quite easy to do. Now in terms of the charge port, you have it right here on the side. Let's go ahead and plug that in and you can go ahead and charge it. And of course there is an app as well, which we'll take a look at right now. Connecting Bluetooth, and it says you've been successfully connected. From here I can see everything in terms of the percentage of the battery life. You have 46%. I can lock it or unlock it. Now it's locked. So if somebody tried stealing it, it'll start buzzing, flashing, and it's actually holding it in place. The engine is actually reversing exactly. If I'm pushing it back, it's going forward. If I'm pushing it forward, it's going back. Essentially kind of creating it a way so it doesn't move out of the way. Okay, unlock. There we are. I have cruise control mode, which I can enable or disable. I have a gear switch button, so I can choose between sports, driver mode, or walk mode. I can turn on my headlight. And then I have energy recovery. So that has to do with connecting it via the battery life. So that's kind of cool. If I click on my profile here, I can see my devices and I can see my notifications as well. in terms of any kind of vehicle messages. And yeah, I mean, pretty simple concept in terms of app goes. So kind of gives you an idea what this thing's about. So overall it looks pretty cool and promising. Let's take this thing outside next and try it out. All right, so we're outside here on this beautiful day, and overall the scooter looks really nice. Now one thing to note is that it is a matte black finish, so it's designed to go ahead and be very durable. Now this being more of a street cruiser, allowing you to go ahead and take it about in ease, it's actually super lightweight. Now working our way from the front to the back, you do have the 3 braking system, you have your caliper brakes, you do have your electronic brakes, and of course you do have a nice looking suspension here in case if you do go over any kind of bumps. Now these are self-healing tires, so do keep that in mind. And then we do have our reflector as you're kind of working our way up, and then of course you do have your headlight here on the front as well. Now of course you do have your bell. You have your throttle control here on the right, and then you have your menu button function by simply hitting the power button here, kind of showcasing the different modes. You can switch between miles per hour or kilometers, and it should be going around 20 miles per hour. Now you do have a nice wide stance here to go ahead and stand about, and then of course you do have your brake light that does flash when you do brake. Other than that, it is a pretty simple scooter. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop on this thing next and try it out. So first off, I have to say this thing has a very smooth acceleration. And it doesn't even feel like it's actually pushing me along. It's just kind of like gliding me overall. Now this one here is obviously the lower grade model of the scooters that they offer, but again, it does offer all the fun bells and whistles, including of course the 3 braking system, which is your front, rear, and of course your electronic brake. Now the top speed on this should be about 20 miles per hour. Right now we're shooting almost at 30 kilometers per hour, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's definitely a great, simple use. Now, you do have your front and rear brake, you have your headlight, and I mean, it's pretty much a really simple concept. Now, it does feature a front suspension, so it does have a little bit of flex, which is actually pretty good overall. And then, of course, you do have the nice lightweight design. So let's go ahead and move over here. And then in terms of turning goes, I mean, this thing actually just requires a little bit of weight to go ahead and move it about. So yeah, I mean, this thing's actually pretty nice. So we're at 17, 18 miles per hour. So on bumps, you can actually feel a little bit of them, but it's actually handling it quite well. The recoil is actually pretty good in terms of the response of the shock.
Surprisingly, the scooter is quite sturdy, lightweight, and smooth. Overall, it is actually made of a great material, and I have to say that moving it around feels very nimble. Not only that, the acceleration is quite precise and has a really smooth onset.
All right, so overall, this thing is actually a lot of fun to ride. It's really simple and very easy to use and simplistically user-friendly. I love the fact that it's nice and durable with the matte black finish, allowing you to go ahead and put it around without having to worry about it getting beat up or scratched. Now, it definitely is a great scooter overall, and if you're looking for something that you can use on a day-to-day basis, this here is hands down a great way to go. Now, if you guys had any questions about it, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.